Understanding Isaiah 55:8-9, embracing God's higher ways and thoughts. The passage from Isaiah 55:8-9 stands as a profound reminder of the immeasurable difference between human understanding and God's divine wisdom. It calls us to reflect on our own limitations, embrace trust in God, and recognize that His plans surpass anything we could ever comprehend. Context of the passage. This scripture appears in the book of Isaiah, a prophetic text addressing the people of Israel during a tumultuous period. It serves as an invitation for people to turn to God, trust His ways, and accept His forgiveness and mercy. The verses highlight the vastness of God's wisdom and love, contrasting it with the finite nature of human thought. Breaking down the passage. My thoughts are not like yours. Humans tend to operate within the confines of logic, reasoning, and personal experiences. Our thoughts are shaped by emotions, biases, and a limited view of the world. In contrast, God's thoughts transcend time, space, and human understanding. He sees the bigger picture, one that encompasses the past, present, and future. Your ways are not like mine. This line emphasizes the difference in the way God acts versus how we, as humans, typically operate. Where we might act out of impatience or selfish motives, God acts out of perfect love, righteousness, and a purpose that is always for the greater good. Just as the heavens are higher than the earth, so my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. The comparison between the heavens and the earth illustrates the incomprehensible gap between God's nature and our own. It's a poetic way of expressing God's sovereignty and infinite superiority. Lessons to draw from Isaiah 55:8-9. Trust in God's plan. Life often throws unexpected challenges our way, and we may find ourselves questioning God's intentions. This scripture reassures us that even when we don't understand the why, we can trust in the who. God's plans are not just higher, but also better, tailored for a purpose that aligns with His divine will. Humility and faith, acknowledging that God's ways and thoughts are beyond our grasp, humbles us. It reminds us that we are not in control, and that there is a higher power orchestrating events for good, even when it doesn't seem evident. Patience in uncertainty. Often, we seek immediate answers or results, but God's timing is perfect. Recognizing that His ways are higher than ours teaches us to be patient and rest in the knowledge that everything happens according to His timeline. Letting go of control, we live in a world that prizes independence and self-reliance. This passage encourages us to release our grip on control and surrender to God's guidance. By doing so, we allow His greater purpose to unfold in our lives. Finding comfort in His wisdom. For those facing trials, this scripture is a source of comfort. It assures us that God's wisdom far exceeds our understanding and that He is working for our ultimate good, even when circumstances Practical application of Isaiah 55:8-9. Prayer and meditation. Spend time in prayer asking for God's guidance and the ability to trust in His plans. Meditate on this scripture, allowing it to bring peace to your heart when faced with uncertainty. Seek God's will. Instead of striving for your own way, actively seek God's will in your decisions. This could involve reading scripture, seeking counsel from spiritually mature individuals, or waiting for clarity through prayer. Surrender daily. Make it a habit to surrender your plans and worries to God each day. This act of faith demonstrates your trust in His higher ways. Encourage others. Share this scripture with those who are struggling or feeling lost. It's a powerful reminder that they are not alone and that God is working behind the scenes for their good. Reflect on past experiences. Look back on times when things didn't go according to your plans, but ultimately worked out for the better. Use these moments as personal reminders of God's wisdom and faithfulness. The relevance of Isaiah 55:8-9. Today, in a world filled with chaos, uncertainties, and challenges, the message of Isaiah 55:8-9 is as relevant as ever. We live in times where we often feel the pressure to solve everything on our own. Yet this scripture reminds us to take a step back and trust in the one who holds all answers. It also speaks to our tendency to judge situations prematurely. We might label something as bad or unfair, but God's perspective is eternal and unchanging. What seems like a setback to us might actually be a setup for something greater. A final encouragement, Isaiah 55:8-9, is not just a statement about God's superiority, but also an invitation to rest in His love. It reminds us that we don't have to figure everything out, because we serve a God who already has. His ways are higher, His thoughts are deeper, and His plans are perfect. So the next time you face uncertainty, remember this passage. Let it inspire you to trust, surrender, and find peace in the knowledge that God's ways and thoughts are infinitely greater than our own.